Welcome to the Carnival of Souls Halloween Spooktacular. This year we'll be doing top 10s all this month. So, our first one we'll be doing is the Mandela effect. Not many things stand out to my mind from my childhood, like the Berenstain Bear books. We read them in school and at home. Once we even got a book and a toy and a Happy Meal from McDonald's. I'm an adult now and have no children, so most of my reading consists of horror, mystery, and fantasy. Loving to read, I now work in a bookstore, and sometimes when looking for other books or passing shelves, I tend to notice many things. Something struck me as odd as of late. Next to the register on a spindle of books was a Berenstain Bears book. I was looking at it when I noticed that the spelling of the name was not what I remembered. In my memory, it was spelled with an E, where the A is, making it rhyme with Frankenstein. Shrugging it off, I figured maybe this was a very old, used book, as I do work in a new and used bookstore after all, and that the name might have been spelled differently in earlier versions. This wasn't the case. They have always been spelled with an A, though many from my generation seem to remember it with an E. This is a phenomenon known as the Mandela effect. It gets its name from people who were certain Nelson Mandela died in prison in the 80s, and some even say they remember clips on television from it. Nelson Mandela lived until 2013, so many people have been having this phenomena happen to them. It has caused all sorts of theories, from falling into alternate dimension to time travelers changing things in the past, or people just having horrible memories. I spoke with several people, including my sister and her boss. They also remember Berenstain Bears being spelled with an E instead of an A. Today we're going to take a look at 10 different examples of the Mandela effect. Number 10. Berenstain Bears. I've already spoken a bit on it at the beginning of the video, so I won't linger long here. I will say that Stan and Jan Berenstain published the first Berenstain Bears book in 1962, and the series has gone on to capture the hearts and minds of children across generations and across the globe. In the 50-plus years since the Big Honey Hunt, the Bear family has grown from 3 to 5 members. The Berenstain Bears have been translated into over a dozen languages, and over 300 million books have been sold worldwide. What do you think? Is it just bad memory that makes some remember the name spelled differently, or is it something a little more paranormal? Number 9. Jif or Jiffy peanut butter. I could have sworn it was Jiffy. In fact, I remember my parents saying Jiffy. Now, they could have been just saying it wrong this whole time, but I also tend to remember it being spelled that way. Number 8. The Lindbergh baby. It's thought that the Lindbergh baby had never been found. However, it is said that the baby's body was found May 12, 1932. It started when the baby had been put to bed by his nurse. The father heard the sound of something breaking at 9:30, but thought it was a crate from the kitchen. At 10, the nurse went to go check on the baby, only to find the crib empty. The father looked for the baby, making sure neither mother or nurse had him, before checking outside, where he found a broken ladder leading to the baby's window. From there, I thought the baby had never been found, but it had been. It had been found with a small hole in its skull and several skull fractures, as well as some limbs missing. A rather gruesome story. Number 7. Oscar Mayer Wiener. This one is a lot like the Berenstain one, with the A in the name being remembered as an E. There's even a song spelling it out, but that as well is remembered differently. Number 6. The Monopoly Man. Ever played Monopoly? Most people have. Do you remember the Monopoly Man having a monocle? Well, sadly, there is no monocle. Number 5. Pikachu's tail. Any Pokemon fans out there? Do you all remember if Pikachu's tail had a black or brown tip, or no color but yellow there? Seems that many are divided on this. My nephew was into Pokemon, and I also thought it had a brown or black tip on its tail back whenever he was playing the game. I don't remember that. Number 4. Mirror, mirror quote from the Snow White, the Seven Dwarfs Disney movie. Little girls have grown up looking at themselves in the mirror and doing the whole mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all. Yet if you watch the movie, it is actually magic mirror on the wall. That's kind of weird. Number 3. Sri Lanka location. Many have thought that the island of Sri Lanka was located south of India. It is really located southeast of India. Number 2. Darth Vader's quote. The iconic line from The Empire Strikes Back is, "Luke, I am your father." Everyone remembers it, and it is parodied in many different TV shows and movies. But the line is really, "No, I am your father." This one probably has a lot of fans saying, "No, that's not true. That's impossible." And number 1. We have the man himself, Nelson Mandela. Mandela was a prominent South African revolutionary and president. Many thought that this great man passed away in prison in the 1980s, even saying that they had watched the televised funeral. Nelson Mandela, however, died in 2013 at the age of 95. So what do you think? Do you remember things being one way or the other? Think this all boils down to people just getting confused or false memories? Or is it that some people have wandered in from other universes where things are slightly different? Let us know in the comments below and join us again for more fun, fear, and entertainment. Later.